But it's okay because you have to live and learn. Like some of the things that he didn't want me to do this, they were different. So I was like, communication.
Yeah.
After a while, you communicate and you're like, this is it. This is good to go.
Well, it's that same kind of mentality that prevents people from even starting.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Like, because they think it has to be like perfect, or it's got to look a certain way, or it's got to do this, it's got to do that. And that either happens one of two ways. I mean, you either pay somebody to help you do it,
right,
or you pay to learn how to do it. Right. Like,
but even if you pay to learn how to do it, nobody is perfect.
No.
And I think
of course.
sometimes social media gives that image of perfection, but that's just like why we use a studio.
Yeah.
You know, like we want to project a good image, but that doesn't mean we're perfect. We definitely have to learn from
I'm
failure.
all of the mindset of like having a certain level of excellence in the way that you want to portray something.
Definitely.
Like, you know, if you were kind of let's say a large real estate brokerage, right? You might not want to just do the whole, okay, turn the phone on and we'll do it. Like, you want to come here, you want to use the nice studio, you want to do that because it ups the level of your brand.
Well, because if you're using just your phone, then the audience that you're going to reach is going to be a more low budget audience, right?
Possibly.
Like if we're here and you're using a studio like this, I feel like you can get a more, you know,
different
tier of client or target audience or whatever, just using a production studio or production.
Yeah, and that's just production
business.
value. And that's because that's what I have to tell people that I, you know, potentially work with is, you know, I ask them the question, like, why don't you just do it yourself? And then they're like, oh, well, I don't know if I can or whatever.
Right.
And then I always plant that little seed in their mind about, well, how do you want others to perceive you?
Right. Because
you want others to perceive you in a way of like a DIY. I'm just making it happen.
Because some people
trying to
are
make
like
it work. Or do I want people to perceive me in a light that is professional and is, you know, forward of how I want my brand to look.
Right.
And I think that the only way to do that is by investing monetarily.
I think that's what I love most about Panorama is just the
and
value of like how great it looks.
Like you said, you gotta attract the right clients too.
Right.
Because that's the hardest part for every business. We all try to get who we can, and numbers is just numbers. Prices are just like fugazi.
Yeah.
Right.
You can make it up. It's just like money. Money is fake. It's just you got it. You know, it's another topic for another.
I know that's for another episode.
Another episode, right? He's like, he was ready.
So we are almost coming to the end of this episode, but I want to go off of what you kind of just said there.
Yes.
And so what do you guys do here at Panorama Brand to attract the right clientele?
Yes. Just recently, what was it, 2 weeks ago, me and Miguel sat down and we had a talk, and he's like, hey, Jesus, we actually find our avatars. So we created 2 avatars, and we named one Katie, and I don't know the name of the guy. I'm just going to call it Bobby, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And he's like, whoa, it's a woman from 35 to 45. They're making $100K a year, that they can actually, like the lawyers, you know.
Yeah.
We and it's funny to know that we talked about it and we created those avatars for ourselves. And that same next day, we actually got that lawyer, hey, a Zoom meeting, boom, and we closed it. And then after that, it was the military guy. And then after that, it's just we changed the prices as well.
Mm-hmm. So you defined your target audience.
Yeah,
your target
it's the law of attraction too.
Yeah,
like
you put it in the universe, and
it.
You will attract exactly what you put out.
And we do, and this is a
agree
question for you. And we do all gotta do it as business owners, because it's like I always tell Miguel, well, I'm gonna go to Walmart, right, and I'm gonna go grab that $30 whatever I gotta go buy, but I'm gonna go back to the manager and say, hey man, can I take it for 20? You think that they're gonna let you go for it? No, man, they're never gonna. That's never gonna happen.
Yes, exactly.
So it's like,
think about that all the time. When
and like, how are they gonna come in here and be like, man, I know your prices. Can you give it to me at $200 less? I'm like, whoa, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm like, and when people think like that, it's hard because other business owners don't get it, that you still gotta be respectful and kindful to the people.
But you as a business owner,
I'll give you one that I really like and I got from my mentor is, if somebody, you know, why is it so expensive? You get that question, right? Why is it so expensive? Because that's what our clients pay us.
Mm-hmm.
And if you as the business,
that's it.
And this is a really important thing too. If you as a business owner lack boundaries around your pricing or your quality or anything, people feel that, people see it, and people will walk all over it.
They will.
So it's extremely important. If your pricing is whatever it is, you as the business owner have to keep and establish that boundary, because it doesn't matter. The people that are going to pay your price are the people that you want.
Yes.
And the people that aren't going to pay it, they're not your target client.
They're not your target clients.
Wow.
And before you finish it, I'm just gonna say this. I listened to this and it just hit me hard too, because we're talking about this. They're like, we all as business owners, family members or friends or business owners that we know, and there are clients, maybe they're 20 people or 30 people, and you're like, there's 8 billion people in the world.
Yeah.
So we're complaining about 20 people that
don't want to pay our price.
We want to close it. Well,
Right.
the pool over here, but it's
True.
how you work on it to get into that pool and make sure that you attract those clients.
Yes.
And you got to be you as well.